Farmers, maximising your grip. Farmers' grip tips. Static holds versus moving. Why may someone with strong static grip be dropping the farmers? So this is something that I see quite a lot, where people are trained, like getting the static holds up in training, and then they go to a comp and they're nowhere near. So I think, like, a lot of comps that we do, especially, like, say, it seems with the lighter weight classes and the lighter weight classes and the ladies, it seems that farmers specifically is usually, like, seems to be a speed event at the top end. So it's less about grip and more about footwork and acceleration and transition speed and top speed, etc. Whereas as you like with the opens, it seems that, and masters, it seems that a lot of the weights can be taxing and actually can be a grip event. So what I see with a lot of people is, logically, they're training the static holds to improve the grip. Yeah. Whereas I look at the static holds as a real way of the static holds are a real good way of obviously improving that top end grip strength. But I feel that that's not the reason why people are dropping it. The reason why people are dropping it is because of the moving inefficiencies, and because they are actually taxing their grip too much per stride. You look at the static holds as the grip potential, and what we're trying to do when we move is try and move, like basically, if we can learn how to move without knocking up. So if we can move and minimize the sway forwards and backwards, that's going to be great for you, for maintaining your grip, like you're better using that grip potential. Like, if you can minimize the sway from side to side, then your grip's going to be taxed less. Another thing is, if you can stop your legs knocking into the farmers, then this is going to be this is just going to be an absolute game changer. So this is going to be a game changer for most people. Like, the swaying is obvious, yeah. Like, you know that it's going to tax your grip, because you're having to use your grip to bring it central. We want to keep that load balanced through our center of mass as efficiently as possible for as long as possible, in order to maximize that grip efficiency. But the game changer is, for most people, and this isn't going to work for everybody because of some people's the size of the legs, especially opens guys and people with bigger upper body. But what a lot of people will be able to do, and without realizing, is they'll be able to create a gap that they can just basically move their legs in without knocking into the farmers, which will in turn make the grip a lot more efficient and a lot less taxed. So what I imagine I'm doing, you can't really see from this picture here, but what I'll always, when I start, I'll always start with the plates touching each other. And I understand that not everybody listening to this is going to be able to do that, because there's not going to be enough space. But if you can, start with them touching, and then if you can pick it up with the plates touching, you've got enough space there to move without knocking into the farmers. It's not going to feel great at first. It's going to feel weird, because you're going to feel like you're going to bring your gates, like, going to be really, really narrow in terms of feet. But you find what a lot of people do is they're wasting so much energy moving the feet out anyway. So what this kind of tip can do is can be beneficial twofold. It can make your grip less taxed per stride, because it's going to minimize your legs knocking into them. And B, it's going to improve your gait mechanics. So it's going to improve the efficiency of your movement. So per stride, because you're not wasting energy stepping out to the side, per step, you're covering more distance per step. So that's going to be a game changer for a lot of people. So especially like the lighter weight class guys, like, if you're not already doing that, guys and girls, if you're not already doing this, you're missing the boat. So training versus comp day, specificity and distance is a big thing that I recommend. Like, on comp day, if you're doing 30 meters, I recommend doing 30 meters. Sub-maximal, of course, so you're not fatigued. If you're doing 20 meters, do 20 meters. But you see so many people, they just pick up. A lot of people will just do pickups. It's a different exercise. Like, you're not practicing moving. Or you'll see people they'll just pick up and move 5 meters because they don't want to tire themselves out. Whereas actually, I challenge anybody listening to this, if you you do a training session, farmer's training session, do, I don't know, 6 sets of maximal, say, I don't know, 70% of your comp weight, and time all your sets. Look what happens to the time. You might tail off towards 5 and 6, but I would suspect that with most people, if you're going like all out and you're sprinting, I would suspect that a lot of people will notice an increase in performance on set 2, 3, and 4. very often. So basically, what I'm saying is that you've already done a working set, and then you're going again, and it gets better. So why not take that principle into comp day? So yeah, I go super specific with this. With if you're doing like farmers for distance as well, do an endurance set. Do 60. Do whatever your target is. Do 60 meters, 70 meters, 50 meters, because the technique the way your hand positioning sits and stuff is going to be different to just sparing yourself in terms of energy expenditure. Another advantage of doing plenty of warm up sets is your hands on the day that what you'll actually feel on the day, like is your skin. Actually, you can actually mold your skin into a position, but when you finish a set of farmers, and then there's this kind of bit here where you feel like the farmers has been, and the skin's kind of wedged in position. So think about it. That skin there, when you go to your next set, your skin's in a better position to provide friction to stop the farmers moving down. Exactly what you want. So yeah, that's another reason to do plenty of warm up sets on the day. So I would say play around with different hand positions and the farmers. Like if you go towards the front, you're probably going to find an easier pickup. If the pickup's really heavy for you, because you're just going to be able to lever that front end up, and you're going to find it easier to get going. But you may find it, if you can't balance, if you're going to have to fight the sway a little bit. So you might find that if it's really taxing for your grip, staying more central will work better. And in terms of hand position, sometimes I talk about when you do speed work, doing like say a fingertip kind of grip. That's the kind of thing. That's where I'll hold my farmers when I'm doing like say 20 meters for speed. Whereas if I'm going for max distance, I'll wedge behind here and create that kind of lump with the skin that the farmer sits behind. So if you're doing like say for instance you're 6 weeks out from a comp and you realise, oh no, I need to improve my grip drastically, I'm going to fail the farmers on grip, I need to train it 3 times a week, whatever. So considerations like if you do daily undulating periodization, or you basically you want to train it 3 times in a week, like just do your normal kind of set, and then one set, like say you could do with a high pickup. So you could do like that was a thing that's really helped me, getting a set of farmers made with a real high pickup. So the nervous system fatigue is just completely minimized because the pickup just feels easy. So like back fatigue, glute fatigue just isn't an issue working at a real high percentage of what the training max, your competition max is. A thing that you might need to consider would be like say hand care. So not letting your calluses get too letting them get to the point where they might tear, because then you tear and it's really uncomfortable, and it's not the kind of thing that you just want to be kind of, when you get like a tear a callus, you don't want to just be hardcore and pushing through it. It's really off-putting. So if you can prevent it, then do it. So getting stuff like say a callus shaver, or what they call the pumice stone or whatever, and just making sure that they're not getting too big and then at risk of tearing. You don't want them too short, because you want to use the callus to help you with providing friction on the farmers. So it's just finding that sweet spot. So if you feel like you're in training, you get to the point where you might do another set and your callus might tear, don't do another set, or change the grip. Changing the grip, if you're doing high frequency, like say doing some work, you might find that it's excruciating in your normal grip because your callus is sore, but then you go to the fingertip grip and it feels really good. So you'll be able to get more volume and more working like that. Another variation is hook grip. Hook grip's a good one to have in the locker. Again, it just sits differently in your hand, so you're going to be able to get that working. And also doing work with straps.